Hello, Guru Nation. Welcome back. I'm here at San Bernardino Clinic with Chris Sauber.
Hello.
He is the CS to my DS. A few people got that right. The audiobook challenge.
Yes,
audiobook challenge is over, guys. Stop submitting it, okay? We get it. What? You win a prize. Did we send out those two people's prizes?
I haven't sent anything yet because I asked them because I don't recall what it says in the book they will get, and neither have responded.
Okay, so if you're only you two, you respond back, or three. I can't remember how many it was.
Two.
None of them have responded. Okay, this is not about that. Okay, this is about being an add-on site and the perils.
It's not an add-on. So we have
please explain.
Sure.
Please explain.
We have a client that sent an email this morning, asking what it means to be a backup site and how can a sponsor do this once they've signed a contract. It's a fully executed contract. And I told our client this happens kind of regularly, right? And not that this is a usual occurrence, but it happens often enough. Since I've been doing this, it's happened twice to our sites, and I'm sure it's happened a little bit more to you maybe. It's nothing to be concerned about, though it is concerning that you can't initially start with a trial. Every time, again, it's only happened a couple times, but we've always been brought on to participate in the study. So my speculation, because he also wanted to know why does this happen, my speculation, maybe you know better, my speculation would be that his site was one of the last sites brought on.
That's right, okay.
And so they figured
That's
this
where
out,
I confused it with add-on sites.
where they probably went to too many sites, selected too many sites, thought all these sites are great, now we have to determine which one do we want to start with, and they probably do it by time.
That's right, that's right. Backup sites. So this video will be titled Difference Between Backup Sites and Add-on Sites. And basically in this situation, we had a client who was added as a backup site. Here's the thing, when you're a backup site, you need to put the pressure on your CRA, on the project manager, on the sponsor to get you activated.
Yeah, call regularly.
Squeaky wheel gets greased. They're gonna eventually want to stop hearing from you. And don't worry about annoying them, because you're already a backup site, so there's nothing you can do. That's the default. The worst is the default already. So squeaky wheel gets greased. If you're a backup site, that's great start, great experience for your site, your coordinator, your PI. But put the pressure on the sponsor. Hey, we're ready. What do we need to do? We're ready. Like every week I would contact. Okay, when you're an add-on site, you're also called a rescue site. So this is where the confusion was. I got confused because you can mess up these terms a lot. When you're an add-on site, you are brought onto the study later, after people have already started enrolling. And even then, you want to pressure the sponsor to activate you, because sometimes what they do is bring on add-on sites, but then all the other sites start screening more. They pick up in screening. And so now there's less of a incentive or a need for the sponsor to activate the add-on site. So you still need to put pressure on the sponsor. When are we getting activated? When is our SIV? What do we need to do? You need to be in communications, because some of these things can take 3, 6, 9 months. By the time they're ready to activate you, the study's over because all the other sites enrolled.
Yeah.
So you don't want to fall through the cracks. It's very possible to fall through the cracks as both a backup site, which is the case in our client, and an add-on site. And that's the difference between these two things. Backup site is brought on along with all the other sites, but they're not allowed to start screening. They're called a backup site. Should one of our other sites stop doing the study or not perform as well as we think, this is the sponsor talking, then we're going to activate our backup sites. Well, sometimes they don't have backup sites, so they bring on add-on sites or rescue sites in the middle of the study. So that's the difference. Basically, bottom line is put pressure on the sponsor, CRA, project manager, everybody you can get a hold of.
Absolutely. And I would like to add one additional component to this. How to avoid becoming a backup site, or at least mitigate the possibilities of becoming a backup site. Our client, I believe, took 2 months to turn this contract around. Right, so it was ready for execution. And I don't recall why, but I'm almost certain it was this study in which it took them 2 months to get it signed by their PI. So that just allows other sites to get activated before you, right? So if you would have turned that around very quickly, say a week or two, good possibility he would not have been a backup site.
Excellent point. So when you're starting out, when you have a study startup at your site, get your contract turned around, get the startup regulatory turned around, get all the trainings out of the way. Otherwise, they're going to leave you as a backup site and never activate you.
Or most get activated, but you won't be run on initially.
Right, you
You'll be a
run the
backup.
risk. You run the risk, and why play around in a year like 2020
Yep,
when
I
there's
agree.
opportunities everywhere? Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Guys, Chris forgot to add something. Wait, guys, Chris forgot to add something at the end of that video.
So when it comes to your contract, if you're a backup site, if it's fully executed, pay close attention to how it's stated in terms of invoiceables. About half the contracts will say you can invoice for your fees once the contract's fully executed. The other half of the contracts is after SIV. So if it states SIV, obviously you have to wait. If it says full execution of contract, you can go ahead and get those fees.
Thank you.